Welcome to Orot's special Ushpizin video project for the Holiday of Sukkot. We are very grateful to 7 different Orot teachers, friends, and supporters for coming together and recording 7 different video teachings to share with our community. And while this year will likely be a different Sukkot than past Sukkot experiences, and we will likely have fewer in-person visitors in our Sukkot, we hope that these video teachings will serve as a way to bring in the spiritual presence of some of our most inspiring and important ancestors into your Sukkah over the holiday. So we're grateful to be able to be with you virtually and offer these teachings to guide you through the holiday of Sukkot. This year, we celebrate a Sukkot that feels so unlike previous Sukkot experiences. In most years, we step out into the air of the Sukkah and brush up against the brisk vulnerability of our human lives, to be flush with what is real and fragile and temporary and vibrant. This year, however, it feels like we need the reminder of the Sukkah quite a lot less, because we've had so many daily encounters with life's fragility over the past few months. This year, in thinking about who I wanted to most invite into my Sukkah, I thought of Rachel. Rachel, our foremother, who throughout her life struggles with deception, being passed over, with barrenness, with loss, all of which she experiences so keenly. Rachel has always drawn me close. I'm not sure if it is her pathos or the challenges she faces or the almost eerie echoes of her crying that make me feel connected to her. But especially now, I'm feeling and wanting her presence in my Sukkah. Who was Rachel? The Maharal of Prague tells us that Rachel had a deep level of understanding about the world in which we all live. She knew and she understood that the world is a place of perud, of fragmentation and separation. She saw the world as it actually was, and she felt its brokenness in her bones. She carried the weight of that brokenness with her. In the book of Jeremiah, Rachel becomes known for her weeping. Rachel nevaka al baneha. Rachel exists as our ancestor who weeps ceaselessly for the brokenness of the world, which is pretty melancholic, and it might at first seem to be a good reason to not invite her into our Sukkah, especially on a holiday that is all about simcha, about joy. But I believe that Rachel's deep empathic capacity shaped a uniquely close connection to God and made her uniquely capable of speaking to God and pleading with God on our on behalf of all of her future lost, exiled, and broken children. She sits and weeps for the state of alienation. And because of her deep well of empathic connection, God hears her crying. And all of us will be eventually redeemed, in part because of Rachel's tears on our behalf. So why do we need Rachel right now? Today, we don't have to look very far to find examples of the dark, broken parts of our world. There are so many things to be concerned about, to worry for. We can choose to look away, and sometimes we must look away because it is too much to hold all at once. Or we can choose to learn from Rachel. We can look at the brokenness and acknowledge the sadness, feel some of the pain and the loss, and then use that empathy to be a part of our world's redemption. The sorrow can spark our compassion, can ignite our activist spirit. We can become the instruments, the channels through which empathy is converted into redemption and healing. We can look to Rachel, and we can try to use our empathic attunement, our tears that we may sometimes shed, and use them as tools to see and feel what is happening in our world, and then to act boldly on behalf of others. So tonight, I welcome in the presence of Rachel into my Sukkah. and I invite you to do the same. Wishing you all a very Chag Sameach.